January 10, today will be a historic day for the Eastern African nation Ethiopia as it enters to the stock exchange market after half a century. Now, this will Ethiopia will ring the bell for the first time after 50 years opening up and for stock exchange market. Now, this is following also the $3.4 billion bailout from IMF and this opening the stock market, the stock exchange market, also one of the requirements as well. Let's see now about a bit of a background about this stock exchange market. So on the newly this is what the chief executive of the new Ethiopian Securities Exchange said. This isn't just a milestone, it marks a new era for Ethiopia. So the new stock market is part of the Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed's efforts in terms of reforming the economy, and which was interrupted by different factors, whether it's a conflict internally and other things, and on a continuous reform program that the country is going through. Now, the most important reform is, of course, investors and lenders say that the liberalization of the foreign exchange regime, which was a precondition of the $3.4 billion IMF bailout. Ethiopia also has it has liberalized the foreign currency and also it has opened its market for foreign banking, which was closed before. Now, these are all a series of changes that, of course, the $3.4 billion bailout of the IMF has required the country to do as a condition. Now, whether this will be good or not for the country, it's something that we are going to see. Only time will tell, but it's fair to say that during the last emperor time, Emperor Haile Selassie, the country has had the stock exchange market for 14 years, which was interrupted during 1974 when the Derg regime took over. And then when the EPRDF came in the 1990s, they have been the Prime Minister Meles Zenawi, who was the late Prime Minister, has been also protective of, like, he objected basically opening for foreign the stock exchange market. So, and also opening up for foreign bankings in Ethiopia. There are reasons for it. Some support, some do not, including economists as well. But what kind of strategy now Ethiopia has to protect what it has, the state-led economies and, the local investors as well, time will tell. But of course, analysts have started to give their views, how beneficial this will be for Ethiopia. Now, so this is again what the chief executive officer said. Despite the noise, we persisted in implementing reforms. This is what the state minister of finance actually said, and adding that the government had achieved most of what it had set out to do. It might just be easier to tell you what has not changed. So many changes have happened, and it will continue to happen. So over the next 4 years, economic officials have set themselves the goal of securing up to $27 billion in financing and investment, equivalent to which is 16% of Ethiopia's GDP. That's quite a lot, right? What else is there? Now, this amount, this $27 billion, is planned to be collected from IMF, World Bank, China, the United Arab Emirates, and others. So that would ease a foreign exchange crunch and help fund reconstruction and restructure debt after Ethiopia defaulted in December 2023. So as part of efforts to catalyze a domestic equity market, in a modest start, the government will float 10% of the state-owned Ethio Telecom, which it did, one of the largest mobile operations in Africa. So aside from the capital market, the government has already moved to implement conventional monetary policy and raise tax revenues, some of the lowest on the continent, and float the currency. In late December, it also opens the banking sector to foreign investors, long a taboo in the state-controlled economy. Now, they quote, they are not going back to the old system. This is what a senior economist in Addis Ababa said. Another one said, quote, will this reform solve all Ethiopian problems? No, not at all, said another economist who follows the country closely. Quote again, there will still be issues with bureaucracy, corruption, property rights, and security. So that's it. Advisors said that to the extent the war slowed the liberalization process, that is the war in the northern part of the country from 2020 to 2022. So it is now that Ethiopia is now back on track. This is what the finance minister said. So let us know in the comment section, what do you think of this, whether this will be negatively or positively, but still, we agree that this will be a historic day for Ethiopia opening a stock exchange market. So many analysts agree that this is good for the country. There are some who says this is not good, or it will not solve all the problems. But it's time will tell. We'll see. I don't know if it's a worthy experiment or not. But let us know in the comment section, what do you think of this, especially if you happen to be an African country who, from South Africa and other who have the stock exchange market. Let us know in the comment section, what are your takes, from your own experience. Thanks again for tuning in. Please go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that so far. Give it a like if you find it informative enough. Share the video with others, and you may please support us through our PayPal account and buy me a coffee link, in which you can find in the description section. That was it for me for now, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.